Did you guys hear? I'm the most Googled person this week.
That's because she Googles herself.
Don't be rude. Hey Mom, what's up? What? Are you serious? Okay, we'll be over right away. Guys, we need to go. Something happened to Kylie at Rob's house. Guys, Bible, let's go.
Okay guys, I detained Rob and Kendall.
Kylie, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Kim, get in the background.
Are you kidding me, Mom? Oh my god, Mom, you always choose Kim over me. She's your favorite investigator.
Guys, this is a serious investigation, okay? We need to collect evidence.
She's right, guys. We need to start collecting evidence.
So Kim, Court, and I did some really good investigating today. So far, Kendall and Rob are our only two suspects, so we arrested them. We don't have any real motives right now, but based on the associative evidence we gathered, we know that Kendall and Kylie lived together and had some recent tension with each other. We also know that Rob was always insecure about the fact that China and Tyga have a kid together. Ugh, I can't believe Kylie's dead. Like, she was only 19. Oh my God.
We collected a lot of physical evidence like the pancakes, fingerprints, a coffee mug, the peanut butter jar, and 3 strands of different hair. We also collected the biological evidence such as DNA from Kylie and our 2 suspects, Rob and Kendall, to compare to any DNA found at the crime scene. The next steps would be to bring the evidence to the forensics lab, see if there were any witnesses, and to interrogate the suspects. All right, guys, I think we collected all the evidence. We should talk about what we're going to do next.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go with Mom to the lab to go through the evidence. You two should prepare a few questions to interrogate Rob and Kendall with. We'll let you know what we find with the evidence, then you can, work it into your interrogations. Wow, guys, we are so good at this, and people say we have no talent.
What not many people know is that besides managing everything about me and my sister's lives, my mom also works as a forensic scientist that specializes in biology and toxicology. She's going to do some tests on the coffee mug to see whose it was, the pancakes to see if there were any drugs or poison in them, and she's going to compare the strands of DNA found at the scene to the reference samples we collected from Rob, Kendall, and Kylie.
Hey Mom, what you working on?
Oh, just analyzing the data and reviewing the results. As the forensic specialist, my job is to find any important information from the evidence collected, the pancakes, the coffee mug, and the 3 strands of hair. I swabbed the pancakes and mug to check and place a sample on an agar petri dish. I let the specimen sit for a few minutes and then sprayed the dish with iodine to check for the presence of amylase, which would mean there is saliva on the evidence that can be collected and tested for DNA. Both the cup and pancakes tested positive for the enzyme, which was expected. I swabbed the evidence to collect the saliva. The DNA is extracted, and using the polymerase chain reaction, PCR, a process in which an enzyme, polymerase, is used to replicate DNA regions in the test tube. This increases the amount of analyzable DNA. I then took the DNA samples from our 2 suspects and victim and compared to the DNA found at the scene. I was able to match the DNA on the mug to Kylie as well as on the pancake. However, there was also evidence of Rob's DNA on the pancakes. The 3 strands of hair collected matched the 2 suspects and the victim. All right, Kim, so I printed out all the evidence I collected. Here you go.
Hey guys, Mom just gave me the evidence she got from the lab, and I just went and got the autopsy report. I went home to change. Oh, you guys did too? Cool. Okay. Let's sit down at the house and try to reconstruct what happened. I'll be there in a little bit.
So it must have started out with just Rob, Kendall, and Kylie all in the kitchen. Rob was probably by the stove making the pancakes. Kendall was standing near Rob putting her pancakes together while Kylie was sitting at the table on her phone waiting for her plate of pancakes.
Right, okay, so based on the time of death, which was found to be 8:30 a.m., we can say this all happened probably around 8:20 to 8:25.
So the autopsy report says the cause of death is anaphylactic shock. And we know Kylie was highly allergic to peanuts, and we found a jar of peanut butter at the scene. So that's like most likely how she ingested it.
Yeah, but Kylie knew she was allergic to peanuts, and she was uber careful about it. So someone else must have given it to her without her knowledge.
Well, there are two situations that could have happened. While Rob was mixing the pancake mix, he added the peanut butter to the batter. We know his saliva was found on the pancake, so he probably took a taste to make sure that there was enough peanut butter to kill her. But the taste isn't too peanut buttery. He then gives the pancakes to Kendall to deliver to Kylie, and then you know the rest.
What's the other scenario?
The other scenario would be that Rob made the pancakes. When he handed them off to Kendall, she took the peanut butter and smeared some in between the pancakes so Kylie wouldn't see when she gave them to her. Kylie probably wouldn't notice Kendall doing this because she was too busy taking selfies and posting on her Snap story. The question is, which situation is the truth?
Well, the peanut butter was between the two of them, so it could be either one.
Are you kidding me? Guys, some paparazzi posted pictures of Kylie, Kendall, and Rob at Rob's house just before the crime. Look, it's all over Twitter. We need to track down this guy and interview him. Maybe he has more pictures or knows something about the crime that we don't.
I'll use my Twitter following to get some information on this guy and talk to him. You guys use everything we've talked about to interrogate Rob and try to get something out of him.
Since I had to interrogate Rob, I made sure to prepare really hard. I reviewed all the documentation we had, like the witness statement, the police reports, physical evidence, and the laboratory reports. Right from the start, I even established control when we entered, telling him where to sit and whatnot. And of course, I told him about his 5th and 6th Amendment rights and all the evidence that supported the case. Okay, Rob, you tell me what happened at your house this morning.
Look, I didn't do anything wrong. Can I just go home?
This is serious, Rob. Your baby sister is dead, and either you or Kendall is responsible, so you need to start talking.
I don't know anything, okay?
Look, Rob, I know you, okay? You put too much pressure on yourself, and you've been going down the right path these past few months. But now, I don't know, okay? Remember when you were dating Adrian and you had that six-pack? Telling the truth is going to feel like that. The interrogation technique I used is called the psychoanalytical model. With this strategy, I basically implied to the suspect, Rob, that confessing will lift the burden of guilt and that he would feel better if he did so. I figured that this would work because Rob is the type of person to feel really guilty and confess because he felt the need to punish himself. Rob, and Kendall too, I guess, are neither career criminals, so they're both the emotional type.
Look, Kourtney, I didn't hurt Kylie, I swear. Look, I've just been really depressed since China left with Dream, and so Kendall and Kylie thought it'd be a good idea to have people around. So they came by for breakfast at 8. Kendall helped make the pancake batter, and Kylie was just on Snapchat the whole time. So I was flipping pancakes and I handed off a stack to Kendall to give to Kylie. And as soon as I knew it, Kylie had trouble breathing, and Kendall called me over to help.
What about the peanut butter? How did it get on her pancakes, Rob?
I have no clue. I didn't bring out any peanut butter. I made sure to keep everything peanut free. I swear I didn't do it.
Wait, hang on. I'm getting some new evidence that you're no longer a suspect, so you're free to go. I'll see you at brunch next weekend.
I told you I didn't do it.
Because the paparazzi girl, Jenna Soms, was not a suspect, I had to interview her instead of interrogate. The difference is basically that it was less formal, and I wanted her to feel relaxed and at ease since she wasn't a suspect after all. I mean, both have the end goal of getting information out of the person being questioned. Even though she already knew who I was, I still had to introduce myself when I walked into the room. I encouraged her to take an active role after I set the tone for the interview and told her what I needed from her. So throughout the entire thing, I tried my best to be encouraging and patient always, listening to what she had to say.
Hi, I'm Kim Kardashian. Thanks so much for agreeing to meet with me. I just have a few questions about the day of Kylie's death.
Look, I'm not telling you anything until you give me the money.
Can we handle the issue of money after discussing a couple of things first?
Fine, a couple of questions, but then I'm shutting up until you give me the money.
Whatever. Okay, what were you doing before arriving at Rob's house?
I was walking my dog before I got there.
And what time did you get to his house?
Around 8 a.m.
And where were Kendall and Rob standing?
Rob was standing by the stove and Kendall was standing by the counter.
Okay, can you describe the order of events?
So Rob was making pancakes, and then Kendall was holding a jar of peanut butter and spreading it all over them.
Wait, Kendall was holding a jar of peanut butter?
Yes, and then she carried it over to Kylie, and that's when all the commotion started. Look, that's all the questions I'm answering right now.
Okay, that's fine. Here's the money, and thank you so much for your time. Guys, you will never believe what I just found out.
I had to interrogate Kendall, and like Kourtney, I prepared really hard before questioning her. I decided to use the suspect decision-making model. So basically, I offered the options available and consequences of each to Kendall, and I figured that would work because she would weigh the pros and cons of confessing, consider all the options, and ultimately confess. Kendall is smart, however, and will weigh her options carefully. As I interrogated her, I needed to make her believe that confessing was the right course of action and it will lead her to less consequences. All right, Kendall, it's time to stop this and fess up.
Khloe, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything to Kylie, okay? I love my sister.
Oh my God, Kendall, you hate her, and that's why you murdered her. Sorry, my anger management guy said I need to take 10 seconds when I'm mad.
Okay, but Khloe.
Ah! Has it been 10 seconds? No, it hasn't, Kendall. Okay. Give me my 10 seconds.
Okay.
My God. All right. Come on, Kendall. You need to confess. It'll only help you out in the long run.
Khloe, you're being ridiculous right now. Let's just stop it and can we talk this out over some salads?
No, you're the one being ridiculous. Because if you confess now, we can say that you cooperated and this could lighten your sentence. If you don't, based on the evidence that we have, you're beat.
Khloe, you know me. You know I would never do this to Kylie.
Kendall, I need you to think about your career. Think about the industry that you built, your modeling career. If word gets out about this, it's done. It's ruined. All you worked for, gone. Think about it, Kendall. If you go to jail, everyone will forget you. And then what was all that work for? It was for nothing.
Alright, fine, I'll tell you. Kylie was always the unfavored child. I mean, you remember when Mom helped me get modeling jobs but refused to help Kylie? I mean, I got used to being the more famous Jenner girl. But ever since her lips blew up and her makeup line came out, every tabloid is talking about her. And I know I have my modeling career, but I'm no queen of Snapchat. And speaking of Snapchat, she had the audacity to break our Snapchat streak. I mean, I just had to get rid of her, and then I would be the only Jenner girl, and I wouldn't have to share the fame.
Alright, Kendall, I need you to tell me how this happened.
Okay. Well, I had the idea to go to Rob's house because I knew it would just be us there, and that meant less people would see everything go down. Kylie and I arrived, and she went on social media right away. Rob was making the pancakes, and I was helping him. While he was busy flipping, I prepared my own pancakes and got everything that I needed. Rob called me over and told me to give Kylie her pancakes, so I grabbed them from his hand and brought it to the counter. Kylie was so preoccupied with Snapchat, she didn't notice that I swiped peanut butter between her pancakes. I brought them over to her, watched her eat it, and then pretended to freak out and called 911 when she stopped breathing. Rob had no idea what happened or what I did.
Alright, that's all the information I need. The police will be here soon to transfer you to the famous people jail, the one that Martha Stewart went to and Teresa Giudice. Later, sis.
Khloe, wait! Update my Instagram every week, please?
9, 8,
and keep up my Snapchat streaks!
Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.